All right. Good morning. I think I like this playlist too much, but okay. Hi. Happy rainy Sunday. So we're on to the next of the prana vayus we've been talking about for these weeks. And oh, here comes Donna. Let's squeeze Donna in. Okay. Hi, good morning. So to recap us, we've started with the receiving of prana, prana vayu, receiving of prana, then apana vayu, which is the releasing of excess prana. Last week we worked with the then digesting or assimilating of the prana that we've contained, that we've kept or held within. And then on the last level, you know what, Donna, I'm going to ask you to not go in that spot. Can you go in the middle just because it blocks the camera somewhat? Yep, sorry to squeeze in there, guys. Thank you. So we are up to Vyana Vayu, which is the process of, I'll let you guys get settled, hang on. Just getting settled here. That's okay, no worries, guys, it's okay. So we are up to in this sequence, and this is not a linear sequence where it's like one and then the next. These processes are all going on all at the same time, just like in your physical body. Respiratory system is working, circulatory system, digestive system, they're all working simultaneously. All these things are happening at once. So in the same way, the energetic systems work the same way. So in Vyana Vayu, it's about circulation. So we've taken it in, we have assimilated it. Now, where do we need to move it to in the body? So it's not located in one. Some of the other ones have a particular seat in the body. With Vyana Vayu, it's the whole body. Really, the skin is what is most associated with Vyana Vayu. And it's also associated with the water element. So if you think of it, the analogy that's often used is the way that the surface tension of a drop of water contains the water inside of it. It's like the skin of our bodies contains the energy within the prana, the life force, this energy that we're working with in our practice. So in that way, we sort of feel the outermost form of our physical body as the containment of that. So Vyana Vayu is about boundaries. It's about setting healthy boundaries in the physical way. And also in the mental and emotional way. So if boundaries is something that is a work in process for you, I mean, I guess all these things are in some way or another, but for some of us, right, more than others. Some of us, the boundaries are too strong, right? We're not good at letting people in. We're not good at that exchange of, circulation is about the exchange of energy in a way. So when our boundaries are too strong, that exchange doesn't happen. If the boundaries are too loose, then it's hard to sort of locate yourself in the universe, right? It's hard to function as a cohesive being, and that's really what Vyana Vayu is about, functioning in a very cohesive way in your life on all the levels. And so if you think about all the ways that water is contained, if you have a cup of water that you want to drink, you pour it into a glass, so it's contained. You don't pour it onto the counter, so it's everywhere, right? And so it's the same idea with prana. You don't take in the prana and then just, right, like let it go everywhere. Where do you need to circulate it to? We feel the surface level of our being as that container so that we can hold it and we can use it in the way that is most optimal, direct our energy, our vitality in the way that is most useful for our lives. What else do I want to say? I think that's all the things that I want to say. So we'll work in our practice this morning with that idea of just moving the prana, circulating the prana through the body, having that sense of how we can move it in a way that is most beneficial and to line up our bodies in a way that the prana can move in the most beneficial way. And that's really when we're talking about alignment. In asana, I do want to say one more thing. Asana, so in terms of the vayus, there's different ways we can work with them, and Vyana Vayu is particularly stimulated by asana practice. So anytime that we're doing asana, this is the Vayu that we are really working, because we're working our body and we're moving the energy around, in a very physical way. So I'll just invite you to that awareness as you're moving through your poses. Of course, we're moving our bodies, but just have that awareness of how you're moving the energy through your body. Are you forcing it? Are you pushing it? Are you not letting it move freely? Are you letting it just kind of splay out everywhere? Just sort of have that awareness of how the prana is moving within you today. Okay, so let's sit up well, close your eyes, take a moment to settle and to connect and to just come to this space that we share together, whether you are in the room in person or in the room with us virtually. We come together with our awareness. We come to touch into that which is ineffable within each of us, but it's the reminder that it's within every living being. So in a minute, we turn inwards to that awareness and to that energy. We remember our connection to each other and to the universe. And so just begin to have an awareness of your skin covering your body. Bring your awareness to the most surface level of your physical being. And as you become aware of it, just become aware of a gentle containment that is happening. The skin forms the outline, the boundary of where you end and everything else begins. And so just have a sense of that layer of your being, your inner world pushing out against it, the outer world coming in towards it. And how it just seats us. It brings us to exactly where we are this moment, brings us fully present with where we find ourselves. Vyana Vayu is related to Svadhisthana chakra, right in the core of the pelvis. And so just take a few breaths, drawing from your nose all the way down into the pelvis, into the deepest, darkest corners where perhaps prana is needed a little more of. And then as you're exhaling, imagining the breath moving out through the arms, legs, through the length of the torso, all the way out to the surface of the skin, through every pore of the skin, expanding you beyond the boundary of your skin. And just take a few breaths, just like that. And then join your hands together at your heart. And let's begin with our chant. Take in a deep breath. Om Namah Shivaya. Bow your head to your heart, to the life force flowing, moving, circulating through your whole being. And then just keeping your eyes closed, drop your hands to your lap and just start to circle your torso around. So just start a circular movement with your whole body. You can add in a little cat and cow, circling one way and then circling around the other way, just getting your body, just easing into your body, easing into movement, easing into breath, easing into your Sunday. Good, and then let your weight drop into your hands, so you're just rounding into your spine a little bit. Let your head drop down. And then inhale and rock forward to the front of your pelvis. Draw your shoulders back, arch your back a little bit. Good, and then exhale. Round, let your head drop down. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body, shoulders back. And one more time, exhale. Drop your weight into your hands, let your head release. And then inhale and lengthen up. Good, come to neutral, and then let's come up to standing. We'll do some more standing warm-ups. So come to, so if you're in the room, we're crowded in here today, so stagger yourselves with a neighbor so that you've got room, side to side. That's it, just coordinate. And then come to Tadasana in your body. So parallel your feet, steady and strengthen your legs. And just have this sense, I just want to come to Tadasana just for a moment to have this sense of the pulsation of energy, of the skin and the muscle and the bone drawing inward, so creating the boundary of the body, feel that sense. And then of the prana, the energy within expanding outwards. So just stand for a moment, just in Tadasana, nothing else to do, and just feel that flow of energy, how we can pull skin to muscle to bone. We feel the skin as the boundary, the outline of the body, and then the prana within expanding out. I had one teacher say Tadasana is like standing both at attention and at ease at the same time. So see if you can create that sense in your body. And that's the sort of energy flow that we want to work with in our practice. All right, on your next inhale, let your arms circle up. Good, as you exhale, just let the arms float down. We'll just do arms a couple of times, just moving with breath. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. And exhale, let the arms float back down. And one more time, inhale, sweep the arms up. Good, clasp your right wrist, lean to the left. As you inhale, lengthen out of your pelvis, and as you exhale, lean a little more. Good, inhale, come up, separate your hands, switch the clasp. Lean to your right. Inhale, extend down through your legs, up through your spine. Exhale and lean. Inhale, come up, separate your hands. Exhale, fold over Uttanasana. If you need to have bent knees just early in practice, if the low back feels tight, if the back of the legs feel tight, just soften your knees here a little bit. And then pedal your feet like we do in dog pose. Bend one knee and then bend the other, and just go back and forth a couple of times in this first forward bend of the day. And again, that straight leg can be a little bent. It doesn't have to be fully straight. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Good. Inhale, arms up again. Exhale, let the arms float down, but feel like you're pressing down through the air. Good, inhale, arms up again, reach up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. One more time, inhale, arms up. Good, this time we'll take it into a deeper twist. You're gonna take your left arm across the front of the body and feel like you're pushing out to the right, but lean to the left. Push, push, push with that left arm. Reach, reach, reach with your right arm. Good, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, other side. Push the right arm over to the left. Reach to the tips of the left fingers. Good, inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. The hands don't reach the floor, bring the fingertips to a block or 2 blocks, and then just bend and straighten the knees a few times together this time. Bend the knees, poke your hips back, straighten your legs. Bend your knees, lengthen your spine forward a little bit. That's it. Exhale, and let your spine round and your legs straighten. And do one more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lengthen your spine, push through your feet, come on up. Exhale, turn your palms down. Reach your arms down by your sides. Good, one more standing stretch like this. Inhale, just sweeping the arms up and down with breath, connecting movement with breath. As you're breathing, feel the movement of prana. As the breath moves, the prana moves. We ignite the prana a little bit like turning on a light bulb switch. Okay, keep the arms up. Cross your left arm in front, lean to the left, and then hover your right leg out to the right. Good. Keep it in the side body. And then if you can lean a little more, lean a little more. Okay, good. Inhale, both arms up. Cross your right leg behind your left. Step it back behind. Yep. And then lean to the left again. Drop your left hand to your left leg behind you. Yes. Push down to the inner edges of the feet, which feel like the outer edges of the feet in this position, but keep them anchored down, and then lean a little bit more. You can maybe slide the left hand down the left leg. And then just turn your head from right to left a few times. Look up, look down if you've got your balance. If you're wobbly, just keep your gaze ahead. Turn the head, and then look down. And one more. And hold here. One more breath. Good. Inhale, shift your weight forward to your front foot, both arms up. Good. Sweep your right arm across, lean to the right. Hover your left foot. That's it. Steady on your right foot. Lean a little more maybe. Good. Come up, both arms up. Cross your left foot behind you. Lean to the right again. Drop your right hand down to your right leg. Reach your left arm up. Anchor the inner edges of your feet. Stretch to the tips of your fingers. Lean a little bit more. Good. Inhale, come on up. We didn't turn the head. Go back, sorry. Go back. All right, turn your head, look down, and look up. And a couple more. So these little movements, right? Our yoga practice is about big movements, and then these little movements that just get the prana flowing into the places. Good. Inhale, come up, that perhaps need the most. Good. Exhale, that we're not paying as much attention to those little subtle areas of our body. Okay, bring your feet a little closer for chair pose. If you can go inner big toes touching, you can do that if that feels wobbly. If you feel like you need a wider base, step your feet a little wider. Okay, poke your hips back towards behind you. And then take your hands down to your outer shins. The outside, the sort of meaty part of your shin. That's it. And then using your hands, press in. So it's like we create a boundary here. Feel the weight come to the inner edges of the feet. And then push your inner thighs wide against that. Look at your kneecaps. You want your kneecaps pointing straight at your second toe. So just determine if you need to do a little more of this squeezing in of the lower leg or pushing out with the inner thigh to get the kneecap pointing straight ahead. Just hold here for a moment. Good, then push through your feet and come on up. Just give the legs a break. Then we're gonna go into it again, creating the same action but without using the hands. All right, so poke your hips back, hug your lower legs in, push your inner thighs back and wide apart till the kneecaps are pointing straight ahead. Then sweep your arms up to the sky. Good, lengthen up, out of the pelvis, lengthen your spine. Good, draw your hands to your heart. Take a breath in, twist to the right, hook your left elbow to your right knee. As you inhale, extend all the way out your spine, but all the way out to the edges of your skin. And then as you twist, the skin sort of pulls in towards in the belly especially, the muscles. One more breath here. Good, inhale, come up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to left knee. Keep your hips level. That right knee is going to want to poke forward. The right hip is going to want to come forward. So pull it back. Turn your belly to the left a little bit more deeply. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, release your arms. Step your feet a little wider than your hips. Inhale the arms to the sky again, feet still parallel, and then fold forward, Uttanasana. Keep your legs straight, keep your hips in line with your ankles, so don't rock forward into your hands or poke your hips back. Then thread your right arm underneath your left, catch your outer left shin or ankle or knee, and twist. Look under your left armpit. Have this sense of circulating as you breathe and as you hold. There's still this movement of prana within. We draw and we connect to it, and then we send it back out to the surface. Good, release your twist and come to the other side. Twist to the right, look under the right armpit. Take one more breath. Good, come to center. And then turn your toes out, sit your hips down low. You can land into a high squat if your hips and your knees are happy here. If you're comfortable coming low into squat, sink your hips down. Good. Create the dynamic tension of legs, your lower legs squeezing in, your upper body widening out, your elbows widening. Lengthen your spine. Good. Drop your right hand or just reach it over to the right. If you're up in a higher squat, twist open to the left. Left arm to the sky. Good. Inhale to center. Squeeze your left arm and your left leg together. Take your left arm to the side, twist open to the right. Good. Back to center. Hold for a breath. Send the prana down to the base of the spine, up to the crown of the head, out to the surface of your skin. And then release your hands and fold forward, Uttanasana. Good. Heel toe your feet a little closer. And then step back with your right foot into lunge. Good. Steady your legs. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Good. Then use this awareness of the legs and of hugging the lower legs in so the weight comes to the big toe sides of the feet, and then pushing the inner thighs wide, balancing the weight out into the feet. So that front knee is pointing straight ahead, maybe sit a little deeper into the front knee. Lengthen up. Send prana down to your feet. Send prana up to the tips of your fingers, to the crown of your head, and out to the surface of your skin. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat. And then we're just going to bend and straighten this front leg a few times. So if that's too much with hands on the floor, just grab a couple of blocks. As you inhale, bend your knee. As you exhale, straighten it. If you're looking for a deeper calf stretch, as you straighten your leg, lift your toes up. You can come up onto the heel, peel your toes back. Yep, but choose your own adventure here. So whatever serves. And as we open up through the body, it's just a way of creating more space inside for the prana to be able to move. Next time your leg is straight, hold here. Good. Extend from the inside. So imagine the lines of the bones of your arms and your legs and your spine just expanding outwards towards the skin as you find the full stretch into the pose. A sense of inner expansion of your own energy. Rebend your front knee. Drop your back knee down. If you need to pad, just fold your mat, grab a blanket, you know what to do. And then inhale, arms up to the sky. If your shoulders are comfortable, hook your thumbs. If you need it, if you have a shoulder situation, just keep the hands separate. Good, then lift up out of the pelvis a little bit taller. And then at the same time, sit a little deeper into your lunge. And create that dynamic tension between the skin containing the energy and then the energy pressing outwards in all directions. One more breath. Good. Exhale, release your hands back down. Straighten your front leg again. Slide your heel out in front. Right hip over right knee or in front of right knee. That gives a little deeper stretch. If you're ready to go into a deeper split, by all means, go for it. Good. Pull the pinky edge of your foot back. Press to the big toe side of your foot. Both feet. And then fold over your leg. And as you're folding inwards, look back towards your hips and just level them off. And again, every time when we talk alignment in yoga practice, when we move back towards anatomical neutral, which is what all of the alignment cues are meant to do, to move us to stretch and open up our bodies, but to keep us towards that anatomical neutral. It's because that's the way that the energy flows the best. So it's not fixing something that's broken. It's not, oh, I need to to fix something that's not working. It's just simply, how can I move this energy in the most vital way? All right, slide your foot to the floor, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Firm your legs, firm your arms, lift your belly, but sink your hips and tone your glutes. That's it. Chaturanga, or knees, chest, and chin, or any other way you have of getting down to your belly, come down. And then inhale, sweep forward to cobra. Let the back muscles lift you first, then use the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Pedal, shift hips, move how you like to move in this first dog of our practice this morning. Continue to examine in your practice, are your boundaries too strong? Are they not strong enough? Explore using the breath to draw in, to create that surface tension of the skin, and then the out breath to expand outwards. And just see which cycle feels better, easier, linked with those movements in your own practice. All right. Step or hop yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, come upright, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, sit back into chair again. Hug the lower legs, widen the inner thighs. Sit a little deeper, keep that dynamic tension in the legs. Let your spine lift up a little more. Good, exhale, fold over. Left leg back lunge. Inhale, arms to the sky. So sense within yourself any place that feels sluggish, that feels slow, not awake this morning, and just with your awareness, bring your awareness there. Send the prana to those places. We can't send breath into all the places. Oxygen goes through the bloodstream, but we can send prana to enliven, to create a vitality in our bodies. One more breath to move the prana outwards. Good, hands down to the mat. Bend and straighten the front knee a few times. Pulse in and out. Again, toes can stay on the floor or toes can lift up. Notice the tendency of your foot, your right foot, as you're straightening your leg, to turn out, and the hip to sort of hike up a little bit. So now as we find steadiness and we're holding with the legs straight, press through the big toe ball mound a little bit more. Pull the outer hip back and down a little more. Let your head release towards your knee a little more. Good. Send prana from the center of your being, the deepest part of yourself, the essence, all the way out to the surface, filling up, feeling the tension of the skin containing that energy. Rock forward, bend the knee, drop your back knee. Inhale, arms up, hooking the opposite thumb. If you hook thumbs on the first side, hook the opposite thumb this time. Lift up out of your pelvis. Create an updraft of prana all the way to the fingertips, and then a grounding of prana as you sit down into your hips. And just feel through the whole of your body the life force energy expanding outwards, lifting you from the inside, holding you from the inside. Exhale, hands down. Second hamstring stretch, slide the right heel out in front again. Level off your hips. Don't let that right hip hike up. Draw it back, press through the big toe of your right foot. Fold over your leg any amount more. So the poses that feel the most contractive, all right, so maybe a twist, maybe a forward bend, maybe a back bend, depending on your body. This awareness of Vyana Vayu can help you feel a spaciousness inside, a fullness inside yourself, so that there's not a collapse. We can feel the vitality and the energy pushing outwards. You can use that sense of the energy to stay full in your body. All right, come forward, back into the front knee, step back to plank. Good, lower to the belly. Rest on your belly for a moment. You can turn your cheek, or rest your head on your hands if that's more comfortable. Take a few breaths here, drawing the prana, the in with the breath as we breathe in, and then as we breathe out, expanding it from the center out to the surface. I'm going to come to Shalabhasana, so squeeze your legs together, lace your fingers together behind your back. If that's bothersome to your shoulders, just have your arms by your sides. Good. Squeeze your legs in towards each other, the lower legs especially. Root your tailbone, tone your glutes. Keeping your legs down, inhale, lift your upper body up. Lift your arms up, but try to lift your shoulders higher than your arms. Lengthen the front and the back of the neck evenly so that there's this even spreading of energy all the way to the crown of the head. Good, take one more breath. Send the energy through your whole body, lift a little higher. Good, exhale and release. Set your hands, downward facing dog. Press yourself back. Find your way to Uttanasana, step or hop. And then come all the way up, reach up, stretch up. And back to Tadasana. We're going to go through a few rounds of sun salutation. We'll do one or maybe two together, and then I'm going to let you do one or two on your own. Sun salutes are particularly associated with this Vyana Vayu because they're these what's the word I'm looking for? Cyclical, thank you. Circular, cyclical movements, thank you, of being able to move the prana through the body, around in the body. So we'll start together. Stand in Tadasana. Come back to that awareness of the surface tension of the skin, drawing into the muscles to the bones, and then the bones expanding out, the prana expanding back to the surface, and even beyond. Have a sense of sending your energy out beyond the surface of your skin. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. As you exhale from your hips, fold forward, hinging at the hip joint. Inhale, come halfway up. You can do that fingers on the floor or hands on the legs. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank or to chaturanga if that's in your practice, that's fine. Exhale, lower down. On your inhale, sweep forward to cobra or up dog. Cobra's more of a back bend. Up dog's a little bit more of a strength pose. See which one feels better in your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in dog pose to just hold and to be, and to spread energy down through your arms to your fingers, up to your hips, down through your heels, expanding you from the inside out. Expanding the inner essence of your being out into the physical. At the end of that last breath, look forward, step or hop, Uttanasana. Inhale and lengthen your spine, come on all the way up. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Okay, let's do 2 more rounds. On your own, you can add in jumping, you can not skip the jumping, it can be a faster movement. Maybe you'll do 3 instead of 2, maybe you'll do 1 instead of 2. Make it your own pace, move with your breath. I'll do it with you. So if you're not exactly sure of what the movements are, first of all, don't worry too much about it, right? Just move and breathe. But if you need a little guidance, you can watch. This prana, the life force, it's within each of us, it's within every being, it's within every body, it's within all of life. It connects us, reminds us of the oneness of nature and of things, but it also reminds us that it has come into being as each and every one of us in this unique and particular way. And so when we move in a way that's in keeping with our own rhythm of breath, the way that our body feels that it wants to move, it's just a deep honoring of the divine presence that has brought us here, that has chosen to move into the world as each and every one of us. you're still finishing, take your time. If you're standing, just come hands to heart, close your eyes. Feel a deeper sense of the circulation, the movement of energy within yourself, traveling within, moving within. Good. Release your hands, let your eyes open. All right, we're gonna do some things at the wall. So let's bring mats to the wall. Move this here. Move stuff away from the walls. Can we use the beam? You probably want to be at a wall. No, come to a wall. Yeah, come up here. We got space. We've got plenty of space. If we move props out into the room, we'll have space. If you're at home, find a wall space to use. I don't know what this is. I don't know why this is here. Okay, there we go. Okay. What's that? Squeeze in. We can fit another one here. Amy, I don't know if you want to use the glass on the door. I don't. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. We can fit 4 here. We often do that. Okay. We can fit more people at the wall in here if we need to, guys. Okay. First thing we're doing is either handstand or L pose. So I want you to have this sense. So if you're doing handstand, if you know where you're headed with handstand, you can go for it. If you need a tutorial, can I borrow your mat? So handstand, biggest thing with handstand is that the arms are straight. There's this sort of upward pulling of energy into the heart space. And then as you're swinging, it's a swing of the hips to the wall. If you're going foot to the wall, right, this doesn't have a lot of power in it. If you think hips to the wall, that's where the power comes from, right? Then once you find your balance, if you find your balance, start to press down and extend up. So just like we do in Tadasana, your fingers are balancing you. So again, like you're trying to circulate the energy out to the surface. If that is not a practice that is in your practice, you can do the L. So you measure heel distance, your hands go where your feet are, and you come up into the half handstand. You walk up just to hip height, so it's not up here. I know, that's easier. I mean, if you need to do that, it's okay. But here is where we build a lot of strength in the shoulders, and then you can go one leg up. And same thing, push down into the floor, extend up to the feet so that you're creating a lift and a lightness and an expansion of the energy. All right, try something. If you need help, call me over. Nice, Lisa, that's it. Amy, don't push on the glass. Jeez.
No, I was only...
Okay, you're making me nervous over there. Okay. What's that? Okay, so yeah, stay on the wood if you're...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually easier because I have the...
Yeah, the ledge, okay.
Yeah, the ledge.
To rest your heels on, or, yeah, okay, good. Nice.
That was fun.
Good. Fun is good. Nice, Eugenia. Yeah, that's it, Barbara. Yeah. Grip your fingers. Push down through your arms. Send energy down to the earth. Yeah, Scott, that was it. Push up, push up, push up. Go one leg up. You could do one leg up. Nice, Liz. That's it. So Bonnie, walk in and take your hips above your shoulders. Walk your feet down. So come down for a second. You want to be at a right angle. You're sort of in a plank, and you want to be in a square.
Okay.
Yeah, so walk in a little closer. Yeah. All right, good. And now, so plant your hands. Yep, grip your fingers. Then go up. Yeah, now push your hip. No, keep your feet where they are. Push your hips towards me and your chest towards the wall. Stretch your legs as straight as you can. That's the pose. That's the pose. I'm going to ease up a little. You hold. Push your chest towards the wall. Squeeze in here like that. That's it. Go one leg up. I'm here. You won't fall over. That's it. That's it. Stretch up, 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 up. Yeah, that's the pose. Got it? That's good. Okay. Rest for a moment once you've had your fill of handstandy things, whatever handstandy thing you're doing. All right, and then we're going to stand up and face the, well, I'll say it like this. So you can do this facing the wall. So you can use the wall for balance. If you want to work on your balance, you can do it facing the center of the room. We're going to go ankle over knee, sort of standing pigeon stretch. So we'll go right ankle over left knee. So you can face the wall, use the wall for support if you like. You can also put your butt on the wall. Right ankle over left knee. Yeah. And then poke your hips way back. So do it facing. If you're using the wall, just face the wall. You want your standing leg to be really bent. Poke your hips way back. That's it. Good. If you're standing, if you're away from the wall, your hands are not on the wall, you can slide your elbows in front of your front shin. That'll take you a little deeper. You can poke your hips back a little bit more. Breathe where you are. Send an expansive energy through your pelvis, so broaden out through the pelvis. Okay, good. And then inhale, slowly come on up. Okay, and then over to the other side. So bring your weight to your right foot. Bend your right knee deeply. Cross your left ankle on top. Yep. Let yourself settle. Create the boundary of skin, create the boundary of muscle, and then expand out against it. Skin is like the surface tension on the drop of water. Prana expands out into it like the water contained inside the drop. Feel both of those actions happening simultaneously in your body. In Anusara Yoga, we call that muscular energy, that drawing in, and organic energy, the expanding out. All right, inhale, come on up. Okay, find a block. And we're gonna do, I'll show you, I'll wait till I'll have your block. So again, facing the wall or not, up to you here. We're gonna do a thigh stretch, but we're gonna do it with a block between the inner thighs. So let me show you. We're gonna pull up one leg behind. We're gonna hold the block in between as we come into the thigh stretch. And the idea is that so I want you to have this sense with the block, it's up between the inner thighs. I want you to have a sense that you're both pulling into the block and trying to drop the block at the same time. Can you create that energy of squeezing in and trying to drop at the same time? Okay, so again, you could do this facing the wall if you want the support, or you can just do it balancing. So we're gonna stretch the right thigh first. So stand on your left foot, squeeze your block, try to drop it, and then hold your right foot behind you. That's it. And then hug your heel in close. Good, root your tailbone down towards your block. Lift your pelvic floor up, away from your block. Draw your navel back towards your spine. Draw your shoulders back. Yeah, if you want to take the left arm up, you can do that. Okay, good. Exhale, release your hand. Release your foot. If you need a break, you can just take it out for a minute. Yeah, do a little tushy wiggle hula dance. Okay, and then other side. Squeeze your block, but try to drop it. Bend your back knee, your left knee, back knee, left knee. Hug your left foot in towards your sit bones. If you've got knee stuff going on in particular, spread out the left toes. Hug your heel in close. I'll do the side view so you can see what's happening. So we're squeezing in. So this keeps us a little honest with how we're holding our legs, right? Hug your heel to your butt even more. Draw your tailbone towards the block. Lift your pelvic floor away from the block. Stretch up tall through your spine. Okay, exhale, release your hand and release your foot. Very good. All right, let's, I think we're gonna come back out into the room. So bring your mats back out and then we'll do a couple more things. Yeah, we don't need the wall.
Where I was before?
Yeah, just go back to where you were. It will be way too confusing if we go back to different spots. Although there is this moment of like detaching from our need to be in one particular place. That can be a really lovely practice in our yoga. Just go back to a different spot. Oh my God, when I ask people to do that, mutiny happens. Mutiny happens. I'm not making you do it today. All right. So come to tabletop on your mat. Come to your elbows. Yeah, take your time. If you're still getting there, take your time. Traditionally, we have the forearms parallel to each other. It creates a little more opening in the shoulders. If that rotation of the shoulders feels pinchy or tight, you can clasp your hands together. That'll be a little gentler on the shoulders. All right. And then we're coming, so I'll say it this way. You can either stay in a low dolphin tabletop, or you can come up to a dolphin plank. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back, look forward, and then you're going to rock forward and rock back, and rock forward and rock back. Good. And just back and forth a few times. Keep squeezing the outer shoulder blades in. So not up to dolphin. You're not lifting your hips. You're just shifting your weight forward and then shifting your weight back. You're trying to stay low. So it's a little calf stretch and a little shoulder stretch. Okay. Drop your knees. Come to Anahatasana. So hips stay over knees. Stretch your arms out in front of you, puppy pose. That's it. Yep, hips over knees, you got it. Arms extending straight out in front. Good, now lift your armpits up, away from the mat. Let your chest sink down towards the mat. Good. Now the belly is gonna wanna collapse towards the mat, so tone your belly a little bit. Lift your head between your arms. Yeah. And then if you can keep your head between your arms and let your head come to the floor, you'll get a deeper shoulder stretch, but not just by letting your head collapse down. Does that make sense? Hug your upper arms to your ears. Good, take one more breath. Good, then sit back into child's pose. Wrap your hands back by your feet. Let your head rest on the floor. If it doesn't reach the floor, take a block, rest your head on a block. Let your shoulders relax. Turn inwards to the movement of prana that's happening all the time. Just as we breathe without thinking of it, our body digests our food without thinking about it. Prana, Vyana Vayu, is moving the prana through the body without us having to think about it. But when we pay attention and we just seek to understand and to feel that deeper layer of ourself, it's just knowing ourselves a little more deeply, knowing ourselves a little better. All right, come on up. Tabletop. Up onto your hands. No, I like this on the elbow. So left elbow down. Right arm is going to come onto the pinky edge of the right arm. So across the front of the mat in front of your left hand. So I'm taking my right arm across in front of my left hand. That's good. That's it. Good. Now do some cat and cow. So this is a stretch for the lats and for the shoulder. If this is bothersome to have the arm all the way over to the left, you can keep it a little bit more to center. That's okay. As you round your spine, push into your left elbow. As you arch your spine, push your thigh bones back, reach your chest forward. Do one more. Okay, good. And then drop your right elbow. Take your left arm across. So left elbow off the mat. So your left arm is straight. There's this sort of direct line of energy. Yeah, so have the elbow up, Carol. That's it. And then arch and round. Yeah, full cat, full cow, or as much as your shoulder will allow for. Really round, pull your belly to your spine, let your head and your neck release, and then as you arch, look up. Let your heart sink down. Don't completely just let the belly distend. Still a little bit of tone and support there, but let a big curve come into your spine. All right, do one more breath. Okay, good. Come back to center, and then come down onto your belly now. Dhanurasana, bend up your knees. Imagine that you still had the block between your inner thighs. So squeezing in, but also trying to expand out at the same time. Catch your feet behind you. If you're looking for deeper back bend, holding the tops of your feet will get you there. If you're looking for a little more stability, hold your ankles and flex your feet. That might feel better on knees also. So one not better than the other, just find that foot position that works. Good, hug your lower legs in. Press your inner thighs wide, so hugging the block but trying to drop it at the same time. Now root your tailbone and lift everything up. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. That's it. Breathe into the front of your chest. Breathe into your shoulder blades. Lift your feet a little higher, kick your feet back a little, push your belly into the floor, and exhale. Release, turn your cheek to the side. If you need a little windshield wiper, do a little windshield wiper. The other thing you can do is really just direct the breath into the back body, into the back waistline. All right. Come on up to tabletop. All right, let's do one more. Let's do it this way. We're going to do one more Anjaneyasana, and then we're going to take it into our final pose. So right foot forward, left foot back, left knee on the floor. Good. Inhale, hop your fingers up to your front thigh. Create that dynamic tension of your skin squeezing in, your bones, the prana inside expanding out. Sit deep into your hip by pulling your right heel towards your right sit bone. Tailbone down and forward. Inhale your arms up. That's it. Take your arms forward just a little bit. Hug your armpits back. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, then lean the whole thing back, head between your arms. Reach back as if you could reach your left foot behind you. Reach back. Probably won't happen, but you never know. Okay, good. Exhale. Release your hands down. Switch your feet. You can step switch, hop switch, whatever feels reasonable to do. Okay, squeeze your legs. Hands to the front thigh. Create the surface tension of your drop of water. Feel the water inside of you, the prana inside of you, that expanding out. And then inhale, arms up. Sit into that front hip by pulling the heel to the sit bone. So it's not just a collapse, there's an action happening. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone. Good, arms forward, belly back, armpits back. Lean the whole thing back. Reach back. As if you were going for your right foot, which is where we're going next. Okay, exhale, release the hands. Come to tabletop. I'm going to do this with a strap. Of course, if you can reach your foot behind you, you do not need a strap, but I'll show you what we're doing. Ekapada Rajakapotasana 3, Pigeon 3. So I've got like a medium-sized loop. When you see what we're doing, you'll see what size loop you want. The loop and the hand and the foot are going to go into the loop. So I'm going to come into this Anjaneyasana position. The hand and the foot are both inside the loop. So if you need a bigger loop, just make a bigger loop. Then I'm going to sit forward by pulling that heel in. I'm going to pull my belly back. I'm going to pull my armpits back. I'm going to take my hands into the loop. And then here's the pose. I'm pulling my heel towards my sit bone. And then I'm pulling my back toes towards the back of my head. That's the pose. A couple things. In this pose, you can close the knee completely. The knee can come way forward. If your knee is cranky doing that, don't do that. Keep the back of the knee open, right? You don't have to. But in this position, when you're really actively pulling in, if your knee feels healthy doing that, that's fine. The knee comes over the toes in the classical expression of that pose. If all of this is too much, you can just come back to another Anjaneyasana, right? We're all levels here. Just take it into a deeper lunge. It's a big lunge, even without holding the foot. Okay, so step your right foot forward. Take your left foot and your left hand into your loop. Move the buckle so it's not digging into your skin. Hand and foot inside the loop, if possible. If possible. So I'm sort of turned to the left here. Good. Now I'm going to sit forward into my front foot. I'm going to pull my right heel to my right sit bone. Then I'm going to spin my left elbow up. And I'm going to create a tension between the hand and the foot. And maybe I'm just going to stay here. If you've got your balance, right hand goes back into the loop. That's it. And then pull your right heel to your right sit bone. Pull your left heel to the back of the head. Pull your head back to your heel. Yep, head back. Shoulders back. That's it. Heart up. Okay, get out however you can reasonably. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, reasonably. As gracefully as possible, which generally with these poses is not so graceful. You know, the strap is nice because it allows us to get there, but it does sort of confine it in a way that makes it a little more precarious, right? Okay, so you're going to go left foot forward, right foot and right hand in the loop. So you start with your palm facing outward. I'm going to turn around so we can see. Palm facing outward, foot in the loop. Then elbow in and up. And maybe you're just going to stay with your hand on your knee because maybe you feel a little wobbly. Create that tension of the skin, the muscles plugging in, the shoulder back, the navel back to the spine. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone. Pull your foot to your head behind you. Curl your head back. Then expand prana back into the back body, up to the crown, down to the earth. Breathe. All right, good. Release as gracefully as you can. Very good. Nice, you guys. All right, do a dog pose, because that'll feel good after the back bend. I know it's wobbly with the strap. If you could do it holding your foot, great, but I can't do that anymore. My shoulders don't do that anymore. Yeah. All right, pedal out your feet, bend, straighten your knees, do what you need to do to take care of your back here. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to walk forward and we're going to come down to sit. And we're going to go into a wide seat. So if you want to turn, let's turn and face the windows if you're in the room. I think it'll just be easier to navigate. Yeah. Go as wide as you can with your legs. Okay. I know, you don't need, well, if you need to see, that's fine. Okay. If the back of the legs feel tight, if your low back feels tight, sit up on a blanket. Reach down 2 hands. So I'm using my left hand to the inner thigh, my right hand under the sit bone. I'm pulling the flesh back and out. Rolling the inner thigh down, pulling the flesh from underneath my sit bone. Good. Plant your fingertips next to your hips gently, lightly on the floor. Ground your thigh bones. Ground your sit bones. Out of that grounding, lift up, lengthen. Create a spaciousness between each vertebrae in the spine. If you are getting a big stretch here, sitting up straight, stay here. That's your work right here. If you're looking for deeper sensation with the spine long, hinge from your hips. Your hands can go out in front. Engage your thigh muscles, your quadriceps. Dig your heels in a little bit. The more active the legs are, the more the spine is going to be able to release. It might feel counterintuitive, but the more the legs are working to support you, the more the spine is going to be able to let go. With each breath, have a sense of igniting prana inside and then expanding it out to the surface of the skin. These forward bend poses where you can feel very contracted, can feel like a collapse. So use that sense of Vyana Vayu and that expansion out to the skin to stay full in your pose. Take one more breath where you are. And then use your hands to help bring you back up to seated. Okay, we're going to go right arm inside the right leg. So if your arm doesn't reach the floor, you can go elbow onto a block inside the leg. So right arm inside the right leg, and you want to try to get a little bit of bracing action leg to arm so that you can twist open to the left. So brace the right arm and the right leg against right arm, right leg against each other. Twist left, move your left shoulder back. Stretch your left shoulder up. Slide your left shoulder blade in towards your spine, and then keep it and reach over as if you were trying to reach your right toes, and maybe you do and maybe you don't, it doesn't matter. But reaching towards the toes. You can hold with both hands if your right hand reaches your right foot, holding the inner edge of your foot. This is a side bend pose. These lateral side bend poses are also very good for stimulating Vyana Vayu. So keep it in the side bend. Resist the urge to turn your face, your belly, towards your right thigh. Keep your face and your belly facing straight ahead. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Just pause. Center. Breathe. Good. And then left arm down. If you were using a block, just move the block to the other side. If you can get the arm to the floor, great. Twist open to the right. Move your right shoulder back. Stretch your right arm up. Pull your right shoulder blade down your back. Good. And then reach over to your left foot. Reach towards the foot. And whether you're touching it or not, expand energy outwards towards the foot. From your hands towards your foot. Extend energy from your pelvis all the way out through your right leg as well. So the right leg is still participating here. Right leg is still in the pose. And we keep spinning open, opening up the left side body. Nope, right side body. 2 more deep breaths in and out. Circulating, moving the prana through to the places that feel like it needs the most. And then inhale. And bring yourself up. Good. Hold behind your knees. Slide your feet together. Baddha Konasana. Hug your heels close to your sit bones. Scoot your sit bones in close to your heels. Couple of options. Try not to hold on to the toes. When you hold on to the toes, it sickles out the ankle. It can pull into the knee. So hold your ankles. Or if your knees are up higher than your hips, like mine are, scooping your hands underneath your heels gives a bigger hip opener. It lines up the ankles better, so you can try it that way. And then hinge forward from your hips. Take your head towards your feet. That's it. Let your tops of your shoulders relax away from your ears. Use the circulation of prana to create spaciousness in the shoulders, in the chest, in the belly, even as you're folding forward over the belly and it's getting compressed. 2 more breaths. Let your head, your neck soften, release. Inhale, come on back up. All right, one quick hip stretch and then we'll sit for some pranayama. Take your feet out in front of you, take your hand, you can turn and face front now. Hands behind you, feet out in front. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Flex your foot. Good. If you're getting the hip stretch here, stay. If you're looking for deeper hip stretch, draw your low back in, draw your shoulders back. Walk your heel in more towards your butt. Press your knee away from your right knee away from your right shoulder. Move towards the front edge of your sit bones. That's going to give you the deeper stretch into the hip. Yeah, draw your low back in and up. That's it. And with your awareness, send prana into the spaces that need more opening, that need more energy moving. That's it. And then slide your left foot out. Switch, left ankle on top. Stay here or come in closer. Press the left knee away from the left shoulder. Curl your head, shoulders back. Move to the front edge of your sit bones. Using your awareness, send prana where you need it. Send prana where life force, where energy needs to move more in your body. All right, slide out your right foot, uncross your legs. Good, just do a little windshield wiper. And then we're going to come to sit for a full body breath with Vyana mudra. So we've been using these mudras to help us connect into to this life force, these different vayus, ways of moving the life force. So just moving this out of the way so we can see. Okay, so Vyana Vayu is this. It's pointer and middle finger and thumb together. So it's not like Jnana mudra. This is Vyana mudra. So pointer and middle finger. And then the ring and the pinky finger extend out. I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit for you guys in here. And then the hands just rest on the thighs. Vyana mudra. So feel that circle of the fingers come together. Sit in whatever way is comfortable for you so that the prana can move the most freely. If we're sitting in a way that there's discomfort in the body, the prana is not going to move. It's going to get stuck. So let your body feel both upright and steady, but also relaxed. Find that dynamic tension between the muscles, holding just enough to keep you tall in your spine so the breath can move well, and being able to really soften into the pose at the same time. Come to a deeper breath. Feel your chest, your ribs, your belly, your back expand as you inhale. Contract as you exhale. Imagine the whole of your torso filling with breath and emptying of breath. Imagine your arms becoming fuller, expanding outwards as you inhale and then contracting inwards as you exhale. Feel the prana move through the arms all the way down into the fingers. Imagine your legs expanding with prana as you inhale. Contracting the physical form, the skin contracting on the exhale, containing the prana. And now feel the entire body expand with prana on the inhale, all the way to the surface of the skin. Feel the entire body contract with the exhale, letting the skin encase the body more firmly, but still expanding prana outwards. Imagine every pore of your skin could open up to breathe in, stay open to release. Feel your whole body breathing. Your whole body pulsing, vibrating, flowing with prana. If you'd like to stay seated and sit in meditation, you can stay where you are. If you'd like to finish your practice in Shavasana, find your way to your back. If you're staying seated in meditation, stay where you are. Stay with the pulsation and flow of prana. If you're on your back, let your body release deeply into your mat. Let everything soften. Let your skin soften. Be aware of your skin on your legs, releasing, covering your torso, releasing, encasing your arms, releasing, especially the skin on your face, smoothing, softening. Feel the gentle embrace of the skin holding you together, holding your whole body in this cohesive, beautiful outer form. Just release into it as deeply as you can. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Allow for some small movements, allowing the body to gently reawaken. If you're on your back, make your way to your side. Slowly find your way to seated. When Vyana Vayu is in balance, we have the ability to express ourselves. We feel strong and courageous. We have a social grace, like those who are able to circulate and expand out into the world. We have strong, healthy boundaries emotionally and physically that help us interact in our relationships in a balanced way. So may we continue to use these awarenesses of the movements of prana, remembering the life force, our vitality within us, that it is part of our being and that we can have agency in how we direct that flow to create the most health, vitality, beauty for ourselves, for our world. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and let's close our practice with an Om. Take in a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.